Biggest movie controversies. Let's go.
Movie controversies are a topic that I thought would be kind of fun to look at for a video, and this goes to
hell no, bro. Oh yeah, no, off this image, bro. The image is reeking. I've just heard bad things about this movie. Turning red.
Show how dumb I am.
I don't even think there's any controversy from this movie. People just thought it was trash.
Sometimes. I just wanted to find some funny examples of times when people overreacted about stuff online, as they always do, you know? And I'm sure you've endlessly heard about some people overreacting.
I still didn't watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Damn, that's bad.
About stuff online, as they always.
Five Nights at Freddy's fans don't like the movie's goofy red eyes? Was that actually a thing people were complaining about? Five Nights at Freddy's fans, let me know.
Do you know?
Yes.
And I'm sure you've endlessly heard about some of the most controversial films of all time. You know, Cannibal Holocaust, The Last Temptation of Christ, and Ghostbusters.
Wait, what is
20?
I remember this. This was so. What is this? Dude, I must not know my movies. I think
16.
I don't know movies.
And now they're making Ghostbusters with only women. What's going on?
Like, the full list of the most contentious movies ever made is longer than all of the movies I've seen in my whole life combined.
I wouldn't know.
So I thought I would have so many examples to choose from, knowing that we live in a world where people lose their minds when they change the shoes of an M&M. And yet, honestly, I had a really hard time finding stuff that wasn't just, you know, sexism, violence, and sexism. I did get there in the end and managed to find 4 examples that I really wanted to talk about, but holy was this one not fun to Google.
Sonic went through this major redesign. Like, we saw his big muscular thighs.
No, okay, hold up.
And we saw another version, and everyone was like,
nah,
and
the Sonic, I still don't know what the PR team were thinking. Yo, the theory, do y'all think the theory is true for the Sonic movie? Like, y'all really think this was real? I think the theory that, like, this was a whole marketing ploy for them to set up and then people talk about the movie was real. Because I don't believe they actually did this. Bro, this has to be a marketing ploy. PR stunt? It's just absolute bullshit. And imagine nobody said anything, and then this was the design we got. Oh man, it would have been rough.
now he's like
no way it
Sonic
ain't.
Daddy the way we knew him.
And you're calling him FSD, full Sonic Daddy?
So now that we live in a world with 2 pretty solid Sonic movies with both a 3rd and a spin-off series about Idris Elba on the way, it's easy to forget that somewhere out there is a universe where he wasn't a victim of cyberbullying. It's been about 3 years since the world was irreparably damaged by the original Sonic movie trailer, and even all this time later, I still cannot believe that at some point a board of guys had to actually sit down in a room to look at this thing.
Not just a board of guys, like it was a solid, bro, this has to go through stages of things. This is Sonic, bro. They know, like, Sonic is just one of those brands. Everybody knows Sonic the character, Mario, like, it's up there. They're up there. This had to go through a lot of teams, a lot of people. The Sonic movies are goated though, yeah, but imagine them with this design, they probably wouldn't be.
And be like, yes, yep, this looks good. I did a couple videos about the Sonic movie back in 2020 leading up to its release, and like, okay, I may have overreacted a little bit.
So let's do what any good channel does whenever a movie trailer drops and do a frame-by-frame analysis of it, shall we?
Taking a step back, the very first glimpse we had of
Tails
Sonic
in
in
that
this
style
movie was in this teaser poster. Which to this day remains one of the most chilling images I've ever witnessed. This dark silhouette of some monster obscuring just enough to let your mind imagine what other secrets those shadows were hiding beneath his detached eye and strangely muscular legs. That period of time in between this poster and the trailer coming out was genuinely one of the most stressful times in my entire life. Not knowing when I was going to wake up one morning and be forcibly shown videos of this thing in motion. The second poster they released only made things worse by giving us the point of view of Sonic's balls.
Yeah, this is a terrible look. Oh my god, bro. Somebody could Photoshop like a meaty cock or something right down the middle. But I get what they were going for.
And an even better glimpse at his horrifying humanoid legs. The very justified...
Wait, why do they look so realistic? I'm just realizing. This looks like a track runner's legs.
Of Sonic's balls, and an even
legs.
better glimpse at his horrifying humanoid legs. The very justified freakout that both of these posters created online caused the Sonic social media to clap back with this brilliant tweet. But then the trailer finally came on April 30th, 2019, and I have not been the same person since that day.
As a kid, I saw that.
And I'm sure the exact same thing is on everybody's minds. What was with the scary rat hands? What did we as a species do to deserve this?
Troll! That's gotta be a troll! This gotta be a troll! This shit is ugly as hell, bro! This is like what the deformed New York City rats look like. They be looking like this.
As a species due to... And why was it all set to
Get off my
Gangsta's Paradise? I felt a lot better though when I immediately went to Twitter to make sure I wasn't hallucinating and found half the website losing their minds over his human teeth. I know that Twitter controversies are hardly ever worth paying any attention to, like that time half the site declared
Sonic
war on
Light
an
Skin Stare.
80-year-old man for not liking Marvel movies, but I don't even know how to describe to you the sheer size of the collective freakout that happened as soon as this trailer dropped. It was a magical experience.
Meow.
I will give them one thing though. If we got anything out of this trailer, it was kind of beautiful to watch as world peace was nearly achieved, as almost everybody came together to unanimously agree that this thing was horrible and needed to go away. Not even 4 days after the trailer came out, the director
PTSD.
tweeted out that they had heard
This is the closest we've had to like world peace. I don't remember the last time. There's certain moments in society where it happens. When Among Us released, this might have been
cries
the
of
last thing.
terror, and we're going to make changes. And suddenly, all was right with the world. I think that really
Pokemon
goes
Go,
to
but
show
that's
you
old,
how
that's
big
old.
the outcry was at the time that they reacted that quickly. Even things like the multi-year-long Snyder Cut movement or the equally horrified response to Cats didn't make them buckle that soon. Of course, this delayed the movie until Valentine's Day in 2020 and definitely ballooned the budget of the film at the last minute, but in late 2019, when a new trailer came out with the fixed design and Sonic actually looked like Sonic, I think a lot more people, myself included, were suddenly on board and, dare I say, even genuinely excited. It's amazing what can happen when you're
Yeah,
not
they fixed it way too fast, I feel like. How long did it take them? I don't remember.
afraid of the
I
main
remember them just immediately like backtracking.
character of the movie. Now, there had been this whole conspiracy that was going around that like the whole thing was done as a marketing stunt.
Yes.
But like, I don't know, dude. The fact that there'd been like a whole bunch of pre-production stuff leaked with the original Gremlin Sonic, like some toys and unfinished scenes, a concept poster with Chris Pratt with a design that is even worse somehow.
Yo, what? Why does it look different? Hold up. You know what this is looking like? Bro, it looks like this nigga. Is this not like side by side? Side by side. That's the same person.
And this ad guide from a marketing agency that was leaked ahead of the first trailer
Oh my.
is all the proof we need
So
that
sad.
Paramount was just genuinely insane. But see, now it just leaves me with so many questions. Like, how much of the movie did they change after they redesigned him? Would we have seen the original Sonic floss? Is there something wrong with me that I kind of want to see that? But now, 3 years later, Ugly Sonic has been all but forgotten. Only there to be punchline fodder for late-night talk shows and a beacon of hope that complaining about something really, really loudly online can actually be used as a force of good sometimes, but only when it's about a series that I like.
We really need your help, but
It
we
might
don't
have
have a
changed
lot
the
of time.
internet.
Oh, you
Honestly.
want me to go fast? That's Sonic's thing. Ugly Sonic goes slow.
While we're still on the topic of controversial redesigns, looking at one on the complete opposite end of the spectrum now.
Space Jam.
If you've ever thought your life was completely meaningless and devoid of any purpose, just remember that there were actually real people who got upset that they made Lola Bunny less hot in Space Jam 2.
Wait, what did they do to Lola Bunny? Space Jam fans are fuming over new Lola Bunny design. I mean, they did do her dirty. What? They did do her dirty, and I'm not taking it back. I'm not taking it back. Nah, they did her dirty, bro. They completely nerfed her, and we all know it. I'm not genuinely mad. I wasn't genuinely mad, nor do I genuinely think about this or genuinely care. But we gotta be real. They nerfed her. They nerfed her.
Oh no, I'm not kidding. So obviously while working on the original Space Jam, the animators of Lola hadn't seen their wives for a while, but she is definitely one of the most memorable parts about that movie, especially
My man's
depending
Bugs
on if
was
you were
all
going
over
through
that.
puberty when you first saw it.
In the
And
movie,
she's
in the new movie, was he even all over that? He probably
It's
wasn't.
become an integral part of the Looney Tunes
Became
lore,
mid.
where she's already been redesigned a ton.
Got that
Like, I
patch.
know her best for the Looney Tunes show, which was always on after school, where she's like a completely different character.
Oh, that
But
show-
it's
that show
obvious
was
that
so
she's
funny.
someone that's really resonated with people ever since that first movie, and I know this because there are still so many active Lola Bunny hentai subreddits to this day.
What? Okay, see. Wait. r/Lola Bunny NSFW. Oh, hell. See, that's f***ing crazy.
But when it came to bringing her back to the big screen for the most cash grab sequel
Oh
ever
my
made,
God.
the director said that after watching the original Space Jam and feeling a bit
My favorite
uncomfortable with how
subreddit, you
Lola
going to
was
hell.
presented in the movie, he set out to sort of like more appropriately update her for a kid's movie. I had no idea that people would be up in arms about a bunny not having boobs. That is a real quote from a film director. The redesigned Lola, voiced by Zendaya of all people, was revealed to the public in a series of promotional stills, and the internet reacted so normally to this information that it was even trending on Twitter for a few days. And
Wait, what? Hold up.
internet reacted so normally to this information that it was even trending on
People share their feelings about Lola Bunny falling. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, life was just boring, you know. People needed something to talk about.
Twitter for a few days. And all of this for a movie that flopped massively anyway, and I am entirely sure most of you have already forgotten about by now.
I didn't even watch the
God,
movie.
I love the internet.
Better now?
Oh yeah, Metropolis.
Oh, and while we're talking about Warner Brothers, there is no company in the world that actually makes me feel better about myself on a regular basis, because I know that no matter what choices I make in life, they will never be as wrong as the ones that this multi-billion-dollar company makes every single day. I think I could go on for like 5 hours about the number of fuck-ups that WB have made with just their DC movies in like the last 5 years alone, as I'm sure any fan of Superman can
I can't even name, I can name 5 Marvel movies released, or let me not say in the last 5 years. Can I? I probably could in the last 5 years. I probably could. I can't name 5 DC movies. I can't. I simply can't.
Like them firing Henry Cavill,
the movie was
rehiring him and
ass.
proudly announcing that he was back as Superman at the end of Black Adam, and then firing him again. But the one I wanted to focus on...
why would they even do... Like, bro, Marvel wouldn't do some dumb shit. Like, Marvel's dumb, to be fair. Marvel's been dumb these past couple of years. I don't know what they've been on. But not that dumb. That's just stupid.
Because it somehow outdoes
Marvel's
all
dead
of
now?
their other bad decisions was the recent cancellation of Batgirl. So, in 2022, there was this whole...
Wait, Batgirl?
Other bad decisions was the recent cancellation of Batgirl.
Nah, bro, she looks so fine, too. Oh, my God, bro. Come on, man. Come on.
So, in 2022, there was this whole thing where WB was losing a shit ton of money after a string of really, really big box office flops. And so, after choosing a new CEO, who was apparently the guy responsible for all of those horrible reality shows on the Discovery Channel, naturally the very first thing he did was cancel a shit ton of their upcoming projects to try and keep themselves afloat. And see, yeah, sure,
Cancel them so people could be naked in the forest?
maybe this would make more sense for the movies that hadn't gotten very far off the ground yet, which, I mean, still sucks, but Batgirl, though, was a movie that was nearly finished and one they had already sunk $90 million into. A movie that they were proudly promoting was going to have the return of Michael Keaton's Batman, J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, and Brendan Fraser as the villain. And in an absolutely unprecedented move, they completely cancelled the entire thing to use as a tax write-off, which was apparently cheaper than just releasing it. And plus, with WB's apparent new plan of only...
I was about to say, can they not... How does that even make sense for a tax write-off? I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess they do have, like, business expenses and whatever, and they could just write that shit off, but it still doesn't make any sense to me. I think another movie did that recently, bro. It was the Wild Coyote, something like that, and they used it for a tax write-off. They never released the movie, even though it was finished. Like, I don't understand why. Wouldn't it make more money if you released it?
Focusing on super big blockbusters.
Just
it kind of put Batgirl in a bit of an awkward spot because the movie was planned to go straight to streaming anyway, and so apparently wasn't good enough to make it to the big screen. This coming from the guys who released Suicide Squad with full confidence, and it would have cost them too much to spruce it up, since that would have meant at least another $30 to $50 million on top, and so it probably wasn't likely they were ever going to get that money back, but I mean, hey, that's never stopped them before. But now it was also too expensive for a streaming movie to make them back any money, so of course their only choice was just to write the whole thing off as a loss, because money is the
Why not just release it in theaters then? They said it wasn't that good, but if it's gonna make you more money in theaters, you might as well.
thing that matters. I think it goes without saying that this was kind of a
since the fans lashed out, they might release it.
Dick move, and made even more so by the fact that one of the directors found out about it at his own wedding. Oh no. See, unlike the Sonic thing, if you told me that this one was a marketing stunt, I would absolutely believe you, because my interest in seeing this movie that I was definitely going to skip has like skyrocketed knowing that I could never have it. One of the directors did say that while the movie was close to being done, it wasn't yet in a releasable state when it was canned, but they did do what they called a funeral screening to the crew before they erased it from existence, which means there is a cut of it out there somewhere. I am really hoping that one day this one will somehow come to light, because I just don't believe that a nearly finished movie can just disappear.
No, I still want to see it. I'd still see it, even if it's unfinished, just to see it.
Off the face of
would I go in theaters for it? Yeah, probably not.
Earth. Even if Warner Bros. Is saying they literally deleted the fucking thing from existence. Or it turns out that might not even be true, and it's just that the directors weren't able to access it or something, which means there might still be a chance it's on one of their servers out there somewhere.
It looks bad though. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't want to see. I wouldn't pay.
So all we need is one very brave WB employee and a lot of luck. It's kind of made people more aware of this larger issue with Warner Brothers, because this isn't even the first time they've erased something from existence just to save some money. There was this Cartoon Network show called Megas XLR that went through the exact same thing, where because it was written off for taxes,
oh my god, that is clone. That is a hold up. That is the clone of death. What the hell?
They're called Megas XLR. That went through.
That is 100% a Transformers clone. Like, they're not even trying to hide it.
Same thing, where because it was written off for taxes, they are legally never allowed to air it on TV or stream it anywhere ever again. And then more recently as well, we've had some really good shows like Final Space, OKKO, and Infinity Train. Were among another 25 shows that WB banished from HBO Max and purged any mention of them from their social media. And genuinely, if not for pirated copies, we would never be able to watch these shows again. Fuck you, WB.
And my last question for the both of you is...
I was about to say, most people were going to probably watch it like pirated anyway, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
What's next for you two?
Batgirl. Oh.
Velma was the reason.
Now, just like redesigns, casting controversies have been a thing for ages.
Warner Bros.
So many of them have been forgotten about and overshadowed by how great the final product was. Like, did you know there was a whole fuss made over Daniel Craig being cast as James Bond because he was blonde? James Blonde? Or that whole tabloid freak out over Michael Keaton being cast as Batman?
Many hardcore fans are afraid he won't. They have been writing hundreds of letters to Warner Brothers since they found out about the man cast as Batman.
I think that he's kind of a wimp.
I would have liked to seen a sexier person.
He's balding.
He's kind of a wimp.
I would have liked to seen a sexier person.
Ironic. That's all I'm saying.
He's balding. He's short. He's not broad.
I don't think it's ever going to stop people from overreacting about casting announcements, which we've been reminded of recently with Chris Pratt Mario.
It's a Mario.
Yo, imagine he was like that in the movie, bro. Oh my god. Didn't we see Chris Pratt? He's Garfield. He's Garfield. He's about to be Garfield in the next movie. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if they released a live-action Naruto and Chris Pratt is Naruto. I wouldn't be surprised.
Illumination has a bit of a reputation for prioritizing celebrity voice actors over literally anything else in their films, as you can see in the posters of both Sing movies. But the internet's ginormous hate boner for Chris Pratt made what felt like one of the most random casting choices of all time into almost another Sonic situation.
I mean, from what people, it's crazy, I still haven't watched this, but I saw, people said it wasn't that bad.
You had all your usual petitions and angry tweets, but I think the larger problem at hand that people had here was that Mario's usual voice actor, Charles Martinet, was also there in the cast list, but it was relegated to a single line from a side character.
Is it too much?
Hello, Mario.
Even before the movie came out, though, I never really thought that Mario had to have the Italian accent to work, but I say that as a very big fan of the 90s.
Yeah, to be fair, would y'all f the movie if, like, Mario was like, haha, it's me, Mario. Peach, we have to go fight the... I feel like people would get annoyed by that over time. Like, I feel like the directors thought of that, and then they were like, okay, how would this work the whole movie? Yes, I would. No, not really. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I thought people would mind. Maybe some people don't mind. Maybe some people do. But I feel like people would have clowned on it. I feel like it's different if they actually did it like that.
This movie and
just
the
don't
Super
make
Show
it.
cartoon where he sounds like he smokes like 40 packs a day.
A nice cool show.
Illumination kind of responded to the outcry with Chris himself saying in a few headlines that his Mario would be unlike anything you've heard in a Mario world before.
Okay, see, he gassed it up too much. He did too much right there.
Well, I mean, technically he wasn't lying. I talked about this whole thing already in a video I did on the Mario movie a couple months ago, but I'll say again that the Nintendo Direct where they first announced the cast was maybe one of the funniest days of my entire life.
First, of course, is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt. He's so cool.
Everyone was wondering, would Chris Pratt try and do a shitty Italian accent? Would he just sound like Emmett from
I heard the reason why they got him is because, like, he's so famous in, like, other... Like, there's certain American celebrities that are famous in other countries, like The Rock and him, that they just, like, pick them automatically for roles and stuff, because everybody knows them in other countries.
Lego movie.
That's what
I think at the time people were too confused to be angry about it, but I think things got a lot worse when the teaser trailer came out, and we finally got a taste of Chris Pratt Mario to prove all the haters wrong.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Oh my god, that was just his normal voice. Obviously, having seen the movie now and it being very far away from all of the Twitter complaining, I think it's safe to say that people overreacted a bit. And in spite of all of the controversy and the trailer editor's vendetta against Chris, the Mario movie still worked out and ended up grossing like $1 trillion. So the moral of the story here is... meow?
You people could have directed your outrage at any number of injustices around the world. But you
I guarantee some furry is gonna buy the suit, and like out of it or something.
Was to spend your time and energy complaining about the design of an animated movie character based on a video game from the 90s.
Yeah, that was very unfunny. Good video, man. Good video. I liked it. Yeah, so that was a very interesting video. If you're watching this on the tube, join the Discord.